Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRIENDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. You might want to sit down for this one because the NFL rumor mill is buzzing with some serious potential shakeups, and the Washington Commanders are right in the thick of it. The latest whispers involve none other than Breece Hall, the dynamic running back from the New York Jets, possibly heading to Washington in what could be one of the most intriguing trades we've seen this season. And trust me, this isn't just some idle speculation. It's gaining serious steam, especially with some reputable insiders throwing their weight behind it. So what's the story? Well, reports from insiders like Adam Schefter suggest that the Jets might be looking to move on from Hall, who, despite having a solid 2023 season, has been hampered by injuries and inconsistent usage. The Jets are sitting at a disappointing 3-7, and with their offense struggling to find rhythm, averaging just over 25 points per game, they're exploring options. The rumor is that Washington could trade a second-round pick in the 2026 draft to land Hall, a move that could really shake up the NFC East and the entire landscape of the league. Now, let's break down what this could mean for the Commanders. First off, Hall is not just any running back. He's a pro bowler with explosive playmaking ability. Last season, he racked up over 720 rushing yards on 152 carries, averaging nearly 48 yards per carry. That kind of versatility, combined with his ability to catch out of the backfield, 24 receptions for 226 yards and a touchdown, is exactly what the Commanders need to inject some life into their offense. With injuries to Christian McCaffrey and other key players in the ground game, Washington's rushing attack has been less than impressive, and adding Hall could be the spark that revitalizes their ground game. But it's not just about adding a talented back. It's about transforming the entire offensive dynamic. Hall's versatility means he's effective both as a runner and a receiver, giving quarterback Sam Howell even more options. In fact, his career averages show a player capable of gaining over 0 yards rushing and scoring around 25 touchdowns in a full season. That kind of production would significantly boost Washington's red zone efficiency, which has been a bit of a sore spot this season, especially given the struggles of the offensive line and the limited options currently available. Now, let's talk cap space because that's always a key factor. The Jets are carrying about $18 million in cap hits for Hall this year, and they're reportedly willing to part ways to free up some money, especially since their defense has been their primary focus this season. The Jets are apparently looking to shed some salary and focus on rebuilding their defense, which has been more inconsistent than their offense. Meanwhile, Washington has roughly $25 million in cap space, making it feasible for them to absorb Hall's contract and still have room to maneuver for other needs. Diving deeper into the impact, analysts project that Hall could rush for around 200 yards next season with the Commanders, adding an element of explosiveness that has been missing at times. His advanced stats show an +18% increase in EPA per run, which indicates he's more efficient than the current backfield options. His red zone numbers are also impressive, an increase of +23% in red zone efficiency when compared to the current running backs. And if you look at the YPC, yards per carry, Hall's career average of 3.8 is expected to rise to around 4.4 with Washington, thanks to better blocking schemes and his own breakout ability. What about the team's overall chances? Well, adding Hall could push the Commanders' win probability by around 11%, and it would give them another piece to close the gap in the NFC East, especially with the Eagles and Cowboys having their own formidable defenses and offensive weapons. Moreover, Hall's presence could help improve third down efficiency, going from a 35% conversion rate to around 40%, which is huge for sustained drives. It could also elevate the red zone touchdown percentage from 50% to nearly 65%, a significant boost that could translate into more wins down the stretch. Now, let's not forget the bigger picture. The Jets are trying to rebuild and focus on their defense, which is why they're willing to shed Hall for a second-round pick. They're also trying to free up some cap space, about $10 million, to make other moves. The Jets have been focusing on their defense, trying to shore up their secondary and pass rush, which has been underwhelming at times this season. But for Washington, this trade isn't just about acquiring a talented player. It's about making a statement that they're serious contenders, that they're willing to make bold moves to compete at the highest level. Looking at the bigger picture, this move, if it happens, could signal a shift in how the NFC East stacks up. The Commanders have been on the rise, especially with Sam Howell showing flashes of potential and the defense improving under new coaching. Adding a player like Hall, who is still young and has a lot of prime years ahead, could be the missing piece to push them into serious playoff contention and even challenge the Eagles and Cowboys for division supremacy. Now, there's also some skepticism out there. The Jets are cautious about giving up such a talented player for just a second-round pick, especially since Hall can still be a major contributor when healthy. They see him as a building block for their future, not just a trade chip. But given their current record and their focus on defense, the trade makes sense from their perspective. The Commanders, on the other hand, are looking at this from a different angle. They see Hall as a potential game changer, a player who can help them turn the page from a rebuilding phase to a real playoff push. And let's not forget the history. Washington's running game has struggled at times, especially in crucial moments. The addition of Hall could be the injection of talent and energy needed to finally get their ground attack firing on all cylinders. Plus, with the offensive line starting to gel and the emergence of talented young receivers, this could be the year the Commanders finally put it all together and make a real run. Of course, nothing is certain until the trade actually happens, but the signs are pointing in that direction. The NFL trade deadline is approaching, and if the Jets truly are open to moving Hall, this could be one of the most exciting moves of the offseason so far. It's a move that could redefine the NFC East, give the Commanders a significant boost, and perhaps, just maybe, set them on a path toward their first Super Bowl appearance in decades. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what's your take, Commanders fans? Are you excited about the possibility of Breece Hall donning the burgundy and gold? Do you think this trade could be the missing piece for a deep playoff run? Or are you skeptical about giving up a future second-rounder for a player who's still recovering from injuries? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters to us and to the team. We're all in this together, and it's your passion and voice that make this community special. And remember, I'll be back soon with more updates and analysis, so stay tuned because the best is yet to come for Washington. This potential move has the NFL talking, and for good reason. It's not every day you see a team like the Jets willing to part with a talented player like Hall, especially for a future draft pick. And for Washington, this could be the start of something big. Imagine a ground attack powered by Hall, backed up by a solid offensive line, and complemented by a passing game that's starting to find its rhythm. That's the kind of recipe that could take the Commanders from good to great, from playoff contenders to division champions. In the end, the NFL is all about bold moves and strategic decisions, and right now, it seems like Washington is considering whether to make a statement. If they do pull the trigger, it's not just about adding a player. It's about signaling their intent to compete at the highest level, to push past the recent struggles, and to finally establish themselves as a force in the NFC. So, keep your eyes peeled, Commanders fans, because this story is far from over. Whether it's confirmed or just another rumor, it's clear that the team is looking to make moves, to get better, and to give their fans something to cheer about. And trust me, with a player like Breece Hall potentially coming to town, the excitement level will only go up. The future looks bright, and it's shaping up to be a thrilling ride ahead for the Washington Commanders. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. Let's keep the passion alive, and as always, let's cheer loud and proud for the burgundy and gold.